basically what I'm going to go over today in the video is I'm going to go more in depth into the C5, what I have done to it, what's coming for it, and why you should get a C5, why I love this car so much. I saw you guys ask some questions about the car, so I'll go over everything today. There's one of the reasons you get a C5. Looks like someone's doing some heavy burnouts. Like to see it. Here we are. Today I'm gonna go over why I love the C5, why I bought a C5, why I've always wanted a C5, and why I continue to drive a C5. Yeah, let's get into this, guys. My head is probably gonna have a bunch of creases on it from that wearing that thing, so don't mind that. But here it is, guys. 2002 C5 Corvette, 3LT car, non-Z51. I can't remember exactly what the package offered, but this car literally has every option but Z51. So it's a kind of a strange optioned car, whoever the original owner was. I'm the third owner. Originally American car, got transported to Canada where the second owner got it, and then I bought it off him. I haven't done anything too major to it, but let's get into what I have done. So I went for a C6 style wheel. I'm not sure what company makes these. It's not an official actual C6 wheel, but they took the design, kind of added some studs to it. You know, these weren't my first choice, but they're cheap and the guy was local, so I picked them up because the stock wheels are just way too small. The fitment here, 18, 19 in the rear. Offset, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I have a 35 mil spacer on there just to bring it out flush with the quarter panel. I'm not running spacers in the front right now. It does need it a little bit. The fitment isn't as good as the back, but I am putting HSD coilovers on, hoping this weekend. I've had them for about a month now and we've been slacking on the install. So this thing's gonna be a lot lower, guys. It's already really low right now in the back, but the front needs to go a lot lower. You can see the back is much lower than the front. It's currently on VMS Racing lowering bolts. You know, you can only go so low on the front with the lowering bolts, so I decided I need to get some coilovers, and they're at home waiting, and I can't wait to put them on because this car is gonna look so much better. So I've had this car for about a year, just over a year now. This has been my dream car since I can even remember being able to talk or walk. Both my parents worked at a GM dealer when I was younger, and I remember seeing a C5 in the showroom, and I just fell in love with that car, and ever since then I always knew I would get a C5. I picked this up for 23,000 Canadian dollars. Maybe that's around 19, 20,000 American, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. For 23 grand, I mean, what other car can you get that's V8, manual, rear wheel drive, 2 seats? I can't believe more people don't have these for what they cost. I'm actually really surprised that I don't see them driving around non-stop. I'm in Canada, I'm in kind of a small town, so Maybe if you're in the US and you're watching this video, maybe you guys see them all the time. I've seen videos of them at takeovers. Sad to see those things get beat up, but I meant to bring my dyno sheet, but hopefully you guys just trust me on the numbers. I did make a mistake in the last video and said that this car had American racing headers. American racing headers. Because my brother said it about his car. I got confused. It has Speed Engineering headers, X-pipe, no mufflers, no cats, nothing. As you guys can see, the previous video of me driving it, it's pretty loud. Love this car. I can't say enough good things about this car. I don't plan on selling it ever. The ultimate goal with this car is to put an LS9 in it at some point, which is a little bit insane because that's probably going to cost the same price as what the entire car itself cost for me. But you know, if I keep it long enough, these things get more realistic. So I probably should have washed the car for you guys. Extremely dirty. And that will bring me to my first point, and the first and maybe the only thing that I can say that I don't like about this car. Black was not my first choice. I like colors. Don't get me wrong, black looks amazing on this car. It looks great, but maintaining a black car is not fun. A black car is very hard to keep clean. It looks great when it is clean, which it's not right now, but it still looks pretty good. Did need some rear end work. We put 410s in it. Torque hits. Like I was saying before, I meant to bring my dyno sheet. This car makes 353 wheel horsepower. I can't remember the torque. I wish I could tell you guys the torque. I mean, for what this car is, that's a pretty good amount of power. I know it's not 7, 8, 900,000 horsepower like every car these days, but this is just the beginning, guys. You're gonna see this thing turn from what you're looking at right now into an absolute monster. Simple duckbill spoiler. It needed it. It looked too smooth without it. Boom. There's the heart of the beast. 5.7 LS1. Speed Engineering headers. 1/7/8. It had an intake when I bought it. I believe it's a Hurricane. Another reason to own this car, massive trunk space, endless soccer chairs. You know, Corvette owners love their soccer chairs. You can fit what, maybe 10, 20 of them in there. But yeah, huge trunk space. These right here are little spots where the roof goes into. As you guys know, the roof comes off, slips right back into those little spots right there. Close the hatch down, and your roof is stored. Pretty simple mechanism. They actually still use the same mechanism. You just undo both those latches, hit that, and the roof, it's released now. I can just take it out, throw it in the back. The same mechanism is still used even on the C8. This has the clear roof option. Cool option. It looks black from the outside, but when this car sits outside in the sun and the sun is beats down through that clear roof onto your black leather, it gets pretty hot in there, but worth it. And of course, if you talk about a C5, you can't forget about the pop-up headlights. Another reason what makes this car unique. This is actually the last car ever produced with pop-up headlights. The LED bulbs, I wouldn't really recommend it. It kind of just spreads the light. This car already had it when I bought it. I like the kind of sleepy eye looking ones where they're like half up and they look really aggressive. This is actually the first time I've ever stood in front of this car while the lights are up. And it's just so unique. Seats are so comfortable, as you can see, full leather. So soft, they're like couches. They're so good. The cup holders, I will admit, are terrible. They're so shallow. Let's see if I can fit this drink in it. Like, let's see this drink in here. Like, that thing's gone. But yeah, who needs a cup holder in a Corvette anyway? All these buttons work. Every single last one. You can adjust the stereo with these. They push out. You can turn them, do whatever you want with them. I don't care. But yeah, every button works in this car. I love it. I love the way it looks. I love the way it's laid out. Streets aren't the best. Almost fucking lost the camera there on that bump.